Tonight, a Rush County man is under arrest for murder after federal and local investigators found human remains on his property.
They were looking for 17-year-old Valerie Tyndall, who was reported missing back on June 8th. Our 13 News reporter Emily Longnecker tells us who they arrested and the work still ahead for investigators.
59-year-old Patrick Scott is behind bars here tonight at the Rush County Jail on a preliminary charge of murder after investigators say they found human remains on his property yesterday in Arlington. And while investigators have not identified those remains as belonging to 17-year-old Valerie Tyndall, some of the people who helped search for the teen for nearly 6 months offered their sympathy to her parents. Court documents show investigators believe Scott was a person of interest soon after Tyndall disappeared. They later charged him with lying to police about the last time he saw the 17-year-old, who was not only Scott's neighbor, but an employee of his landscaping business. According to those same documents, police believe Scott was the last person to see Tyndall alive. In a news conference today, investigators said even with yesterday's discovery, their work was far from over to bring anyone to justice who may have been involved in Tyndall's alleged murder. The teen's parents told 13 News Patrick Scott was once a trusted family friend and neighbor, but they say they had questions even before their daughter's disappearance. According to Tyndall's parents, she told them Scott had added her location on an app he had so he could keep track of her whereabouts. Court documents show Scott told police that Tyndall had told him she planned to run away, and he last saw her getting into a car with a guy he didn't recognize after he dropped her off in Homer, a town near Arlington. Tyndall's parents say they hoped she had run away and would come home, but say they never believed that. Now their worst fears are coming true.
There's going to be a hole there forever. There was a hole there, and we thought she was out there somewhere. There was a hole, and it's never going to be filled.
Valerie Tyndall's father called Patrick Scott a monster. These are parents that have been searching for their daughter for nearly 6 months, and just to realize that likely their daughter's remains were found just hundreds of feet from their home. They called it devastating and mind-blowing. They said they were up crying all last night. In Rush County, Emily Longnecker, 13 News.